What is the biggest NSFW green flag in a partner? Being able to laugh during sex if something funny happens. Then getting back to it. Understanding that sometimes the spirit is willing but the flesh is spongy and bruised. Getting pleasure from your pleasure. They communicate what they want and ask how they can give you what you want. The cheeky touches throughout the day that build up for the night. Making sure you are comfortable with what is going on. Understanding that it's not personal or not a good time when it doesn't end with an orgasm. Or when it takes longer to get there than usual. Is mature about using lube. I've had guys get offended and accuse me of not being wet enough. Lol. Sorry for not wanting to tear myself a new vagina. A guy who doesn't end all intimacy the second they have cum. It's pretty jarring for women to go from the intimacy of sex to being treated like an unwelcome house guest in 30 seconds flat. Not having to ask for oral. Eye contact. Doesn't sound very NSFW on the surface. But the eyes can be the sexiest part of a woman. And if she gives you the right look, it can be the hottest thing in the world. When they accept your nose. You'd be surprised about how many people just ignore it. Or push until you give in. Masturbating while they go down on you. These people go to heaven and deserve everything good in life. When we both came and immediately thereafter held me so tight until my breathing regulated and he kissed me on the forehead. It was the first time with no sex discussion beforehand. My now boyfriend and I were hooking up for, like, the second time ever. Deep into the third round that night. I was sore and achy. But trying to hide it because I still just couldn't get enough of him. With one thrust he made I winced in pain. But I got myself together and put what I thought was a pretty convincing hungry sex kitten expression back on my face. Well, when I tell you that man stopped on a dime. Pulled out, kissed me gently, and said I only want it to be good for you or we're done for the night. I don't want to hurt you. I melted. He put his clothes on and left the hotel just to get me some cranberry juice and some Tylenol. He snuggled me and kissed me until we fell asleep. The consideration and care was just God tier. Paying attention to your partner's body language and comfort is a huge green flag. Probably the question my now fiancé asked me just before we started dating. Backstory. We were friends who had both just gone through recent breakups. We had been talking and decided we were going to just hook up to relieve some stress. I started getting really nervous. I'm not a hookup guy and I actually really liked my friend and didn't think I could actually go through with it without catching feels. She then basically sends me a text that says, "Hey, I still want to F you. But can we date after we do that?" We slept together. Went on our first date later that day. Have been together 4 years. And are getting married later this year. Not sure it's entirely NSFW, but since it involved sleeping together and then going on a date, I figured it maybe belonged here. Realizing a trauma-derived kink might make you bust like a shotgun. But also knowing you don't want to live like that in real life and compartmentalizing it to the bedroom. When she says a lot of funny, dirty, playful, slutty things, make me laugh while turning me on? Forget about it. Be my GF. Now. Morning sex is so underrated. When she says what she wants. Not dirty talk or anything like that. Real communication about turn-ons and offs. What hits the spot perfectly. And also listens to her partner's wants. Proper communication goes a long way. When she knows the difference between a conversation and an argument. That glint in their eyes. That dirty laugh. And that ready wit. Being accepting. A soft and slow bite on the lip with a bit of pulling. Last month I was on a date with my significant other. We are still somewhat early in our relationship, so I was talking about something I was self-conscious about and what I perceived as a red flag. Her exact words were, "Thank you for telling me. It doesn't change the way I feel about you." Man, that made me feel really good in the inside. My emotional connection bar got filled fast AF there. If you are on a beach and she asks you to put sunscreen in her ass. When their expectations and knowledge aren't built on pornography. Remembering your post-sex routines and helping facilitate them. I knew a guy was good when we slept together again after years, and he remembered exactly what I like afterwards. When they ask, "Can you show me how you like it?" Is this okay? Etc. And it goes both ways. Another green flag is when they don't consider your questions cringy or killing the mood. Simply understanding and respecting consent. This also goes both ways. An erection is not consent and it is not a sign of motive or intent. That thing does not represent what I want. Sometimes all I want to do is literally cuddle and watch stuff. Maybe give my partner a massage. And not actually have sex or do anything sexual. Not being too prudish or too enthusiastic about nudity. Gentle with the hands. When they caress and compliment the parts of your body that society might deem unsexy. Like a squishy stretch-marked stomach or at small dick ECT. Introducing you to what they enjoy while also allowing you to explore your own things. I didn't realize I was up for a sub-dom relationship until it was introduced to me in a proper context and now I love it. When they take the very first no you give them. Not the second one you mutter a bit louder. Not the third one you were forced to utter when they pushed a little more. The first one. Married for 24 years before she passed. Just being happy spending time together for her. Made me happy. Being unashamed of being a sexual being while not letting it consume who you are. She swallows. When they do the thing YK. If she can cum just from sucking cock. It's time to propose. The first time I slept with my guy. The first thing he said to me when we got in bed was, "Tell me how to make you cum." It was ridiculously attractive that he not only cared about getting me off, but that he understood he would need to learn my body and what felt good for me and he wasn't afraid or too cocky to ask. I've been told it's my username. Boys who let me do butt stuff to them. One that communicates quickly and efficiently in what they want in bed. You aren't going to hurt my feelings in directing traffic. Do you need heavy pressure? Do you need penetrative stimulation and clitoral? Do you need it soft, slow and sensual or hard and fast or all of the above? What is off limits? Etc. It saves time. You're happy. I'm happy. All I got is a penis. It does not take a rocket scientist to figure it out, but for you this is the one time I'll ask for direction. Eye contact, smiling face with hearts, smiling face with hearts, smiling face with hearts. The scent of their asshole. Not expecting or demanding anything they aren't willing to do themselves. Like demanding head while refusing to give it. Aftercare. When she crosses her wrists behind her back in bed. You feel safe experimenting sexually with them and they respect your boundaries when you decide something is not for you. Also not being grossed out by the possibility of having sex on your period. Added the possibility of above. I've often not been in the mood because of the messiness of period sex. However, if I'm down and he's down too, that's great. Unlike someone I previously dated who made me feel gross and unclean for being horny while on my period _. If they let you put your fingers in their mouth after fingering, then you know they're good for a lot more kinky shit. Eager enthusiasm. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like. If you would like to see more content like this in the future, subscribe and turn on notifications to be notified about future videos. Now check out one of these interesting videos.